Hey there, Wandering Watchers. Welcome to this tarot card reading made for watchers of true crime and intended for a mature audience. This tarot reading explores the 2005 disappearance of Natalee Holloway, an 18-year-old high school senior from Alabama who was in Aruba for a graduation trip. Natalee was last seen leaving a nightclub with then 17-year-old Dutch national Joran van der Sloot, along with brothers Deepak and Satish Kalpo, both who worked as security guards near the hotel where Natalee was staying. Though the three men claimed they dropped Natalee off at her hotel that night, they were ultimately detained but later released due to lack of evidence. Joran denied any involvement with Natalee's disappearance, although there was a confession that may have been deemed unreliable. But in 2010, he sought $250,000 from Natalee's mother, Beth Holloway, in exchange for revealing the location of where Natalee's remains were buried. Beth paid Joran over $25,000, but Natalee's remains have yet to be found. Later that year, Joran went to Peru and ended up murdering a 20-year-old woman in his hotel room. Stephanie Flores was reportedly searching Joran's laptop for information about Natalee Holloway, and Joran claims he killed her in a fit of rage. Basically, he felt either violated or it brought up some trauma in relation to him being accused of having something to do with Natalee's disappearance. Since 2012, Joran has been in Peru serving a 28-year prison sentence for Stephanie's murder. However, Peruvian officials are temporarily extraditing Joran to the United States so that he can face federal charges of extortion and fraud with respect to the money he obtained from Beth Holloway. So in this reading, I want to see the extent of Joran van der Sloot's involvement with Natalee's disappearance and presumed murder. So I'm going to start with the Revolving Time Oracle to ask some yes or no questions. So Natalee Holloway was declared legally dead in 2010, but I want to see if Natalee was killed in 2005 while in Aruba. Interesting. It says no. Metamorphosis. So interestingly, this is the equivalent of the death card. So no, she was not killed in 2005 while in Aruba. All right. So let's see. Did Joran and the Kalpo brothers drop off Natalee at her hotel as they reported to the police? No. This temptation card is equivalent to the devil card. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Did Joran van der Sloot kill Natalee Holloway? This says yes. This says curiosity here. This is equivalent to the Page of Swords. So this kind of makes me wonder if it was kind of like not like intentional, her death, like just something happened, kind of either playing a game or trying to test someone's limits and it just went too far. So let's see, did one of the Kalpo brothers kill Natalee or if they were involved in that? This says maybe. This Independence card is equivalent to the Queen of Swords. It says time to clarify and seek within. So in terms of if they were involved in her, like involved in killing her or with her death, it could be, to what extent were they involved? They all left the club together. It says that she wasn't killed in 2005 while in Aruba. Not sure. Maybe she was not on the island when she died. Maybe she was around the island, or it's a country. It's like a country of the Netherlands. So maybe it's being technical with me because this card is equivalent to the death card. So now I'm going to use the Tarot of Haunted House to get more specifics for the rest of the reading. So let's see, what about Natalee caught Joran's attention that night? We have here the Emperor. So it could be that she was like exuding a sense of like masculine energy, or kind of being like brazen or bold. I'm gonna go ahead and clarify that. We have here the Four of Wands. So it seems here like with these fours, it's a sense of like security and stability. So she was feeling probably good about the fact that she was on this trip, exploring Aruba with her classmates, going out and partying, and just really feeling like on top of the world. So let's see what was Natalee's impression of Joran upon meeting him. Queen of Pentacles. So it could be that she felt he was like maybe sensitive or timid or like caring, someone who like wanted to make sure that maybe she was looked after. I'm going to clarify that one. Nine of Pentacles. So this is kind of, her impression of him is like maybe he was recognizing that she was not alone necessarily. Maybe she was there with other people at the nightclub, but that she was kind of okay to leave her group. And so like her impression of him was like he respected that, like respected the fact that she was someone who recognized that she could take care of herself. But it's almost a sense of like, since this is Natalee's impression of him, it could be that her impression was that he was the one that had money and wanted to like share it with others. Maybe he was like buying drinks, or, buying drinks for her, buying drinks for the people he was with. So, but it seems like the focus is like material wealth and making kind of like feeling good in your own environment. So let's see what intentions Joran had with Natalee upon meeting her. Four of Pentacles. More money. He kind of like almost like maybe wanted to rob her of that security. I'm going to clarify that. Or kind of, this is like it's like a puppet. To me, it's almost like, puppets are supposed to be, I believe, for protection, but to me, it's almost like a voodoo doll. Like he wanted to be able to take this person who was like feeling good about themselves, feeling like on top of the world, and then just put them in a position where they're struggling for their security. I'm gonna pull another card. We have here the Judgment card. So this is like an honest reflection of your past and how it is that you made certain decisions to end up in the position that you're in. So it is almost like his intention was to kind of, even though he gave the impression that maybe he did think that like she had a lot to be happy for, and like he was feeling like he would take care of her, or gave the impression he would take care of her, but only to put her in a position of like struggling or grasping for a sense of stability and existence in the material world. So let's see what happened to Natalee when she left the nightclub with Joran and those brothers. We have the Three of Cups. So this is a card of like partying, drinking, celebration, but you can see in this Three of Cups, this woman is in the water. Looks like, drowning in the water. So, if she was, it could be why this says she wasn't killed in Aruba. Maybe she was killed in the water, not like necessarily on the island itself. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's take another card here. We have the Ten of Cups. So this is both of these cards are supposed to be like happy celebration cards, surrounded by friends and family. So it could be that they kept, but it's also a lot of like drinking. And here you can see that these are like twins here. It's like seeing double. So it's like kind of like they kept partying. Again, you've got like these people, they're looking off into the distance and you can see like water in the background. So it seems like partying next to the water, in the water, on the water. And so let's see what was on Joran's mind in the moments before he killed Natalee. King of Wands basically felt like empowered, felt like king of the world. He's got this woman's body, carrying it, kind of like he could do anything. No one could stop him. So let's see. Why did Joran kill Natalee? We have here the Knight of Swords. So it's kind of like just the Knight of Swords just kind of jumps in there and makes things happen, needs to like make things go his way. They might not even really have a plan. So it's almost like something that wasn't thought through. And it's kind of, here we have this curiosity with the equivalent of the Page of Swords. So why he killed her, we have the Knight of Swords. So it could be like there was some kind of maybe drinking game, something that happened where he kind of pushed things a little bit too far and just kept going with it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull another card for this here about why he killed her. We have here the Nine of Cups. So this is also a sense of like more cups. Could be like he was drinking too, or he just wanted to do what he felt was right. Like he wanted to resolve something. Maybe she was, sick, drank too much, having alcohol poisoning, and he just wanted to, it's almost like just like, well, let's just end it. I'm just going to go ahead and end that person's life because they're dying anyway. But kind of just more wanting to have their own sense of peace and fulfillment, not really concerned about anyone else, kind of doing what they want to do without any consideration of someone else. So let's take a look at why Natalee's body has not been discovered yet. And I guess it could be because of this like Three of Cups, like it's in the water. Well, here we have the Moon card. So it's a lack of clarity. It's a sense of like the traditional Moon card, you've got like a crawdad or a lobster that is coming out of the water. So I'm going to pull another card here so to me, it's like it hasn't been discovered because maybe there's not a lot of clarity of where to look, or just not knowing exactly where to look, how far to go. We have the Seven of Cups. So it's a lot of illusions, fantasies, a lot of options and choices. To me, it's a sense of there's just too many places around this island to even start looking, and a lot of things could have happened. But I'm going to pull one more card to see why her body has not yet been discovered. We have here the Four of Swords. You can see these like demon hands kind of grasping at this sleeping lady here. This, to me, it's like this is about like being alone, separate from kind of others, usually to kind of rest and clear your mind. But to me, it's sense of she hasn't been found because people aren't really looking in the right direction, and it may be that where they went to party somewhere on the water that was like kind of like isolated anyway. So this is what I have for now. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay on your toes and take care.